quick message, Ionis. You know, it's gonna be a video about understanding that a lot of the things in existing in this realm is a prison. You know, in certain ways, our bodies is a prison. So if you happen to make the wrong decision to go to prison, then you will be in the prison within the prison within the prison. So to understand that it's all about ascension. Um, I can't tell you that I have all the answers, but every step to anyone that's listening and receiving certain messages to understand there is a reason why they even said call things the Bible. I'm not a big Bible thumper or whatnot, but I believe it has its truths in certain aspects, etc. But basic instructions before leaving Earth, you know, and you had pharaohs and different people, it seemed like they were trying to leave. If you really pay attention, even from, you know, what they call the Egyptians and Kemet and all these different times, Earth was not a place where they were trying to stay. And this is for the deep thinkers. This is not for the people that party all day and just love this earthly things. That's why I cannot and will not fight over earthly things, you know, material things, land and all of this, resources, because I have a bigger understanding. However, I do understand people that claim to be indigenous or whatever they come from and tribes and this and that. I understand that deeply. But when you understand even deeper, you fell down here and you're trying to figure out, you know, the purpose of getting out of here and not reincarnating, I guess, coming back if you have a belief in that. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, people really despise people that think outside the box because the mainstream world wants you to, you know, pay attention to women all the time, drugs, you know, music, entertainment, celebrities, and all of these things, which is just a big distraction in my opinion. You know, sports. I ain't knocking nobody, you know, enjoy yourself. Sometimes I may watch a game or so. I'm just saying I understand it as a distraction on what we should be doing. I couldn't tell you why I never was that much interested in watching sports, even though I used to watch basketball back in the day, and you know, a little bit I watch football. But the whole point is, to me, it's a distraction. Like, we have to all understand and try to figure out our purpose, because we all have one. And I'm not gonna debate with anyone if they feel like they're chosen, or, you know, if they have an anointment on their life, because nowadays a lot of people say that maybe it's a truth in to that, to agree to disagree. You know, I see certain people making content and saying somebody stole this or whatever the case may be, but it's like knowledge is infinite. We all have to learn from somewhere. And like I said, before I even start reading books or anything, or, you know, trying to research on the internet and all this other stuff, or just getting downloads, I always thought deeper. Even when I was doing things I knew better to be doing, selling things and fornicating and doing all that. I'm not perfect. So I would never get on here and just be like, I'm some perfect person, I'm a guru. And when I say I'm a God, because I feel like and know that I'm a creator. You know, people want to call me and people like you and I, or other people, whoever that can relate to this, and try to treat you like a peasant, you know? You just got to recognize when you're from a royal lineage, you know? You're just going to be hated. But as I just sat back and do research, because having a photographic memory, just looking at the walls and the ancient tombs and everything, they were trying to ascend. So to me, it's a low vibration when people fighting over traffic spots. Like for some reason, I'm gonna say us entities here. Well, I don't want to put myself into it, but notice how nobody can get along. Rather, you could say people can get along, but notice how it's, if it's not some racial thing, it's people can't get along with their neighbor, this parking spot. I mean, you can look all through social media and always seeing people arguing and fighting over things that they believe that belongs to them. And I think that's what'll be a forever conflict, because if you just can't get along and understand that certain people, I guess, I would say everybody, but I don't know. I just feel like different species and different people may have a different, path to enlightenment or ascension. But for those ones, and those ones, that's who I'm talking to, they know who this resonates with. Like I said, check the short feeds. I keep saying, like, what is that? I don't see nobody leaving messages. So that makes me understand and know bigger too. So at the end of the day, I'm going to always treat any individual the way I want to be treated. But I'm not going to settle for less than respect from any entity. So what I'm saying is, you talk about the firmament and things like that. Can I say I physically know that that exists? I do not. But knowing how we have so many restrictions, and you can't do this and you can't go here, and this spot is private property, and this and that and this, it's like, you get what I'm saying? Especially like with the air in certain areas, you got area, what is it? Area, what is that dang? With a UFO sighting. I forgot, it's Area 51 or something like that. Roswell, and so to understand at a deeper level, look at Man in Black and certain things like that. These movies is telling you like a lot of things is among us. And I believe the only how they're entering into this realm is through portals. This is why it's a prison, because it's a lockdown. So when you think that you really was locked down when they told you about, oh, you got to be in a house, you're already in lockdown. So you're in lockdown inside another lockdown. So, I'm making this video just because I think a lot of people and certain enlightened individuals, deep thinkers, people that think outside the box and understand deeper, like, it'll get you to a point of life where little things don't matter. Now, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of things that get on my nerves sometimes. I know what type of individual I am, that I'm going to have to deal with things till it's all said and done and over with and missions is complete. That's something I know, because I've been living with it, and I know you have too. So yeah, life could be definitely beautiful. You could spend time, but I feel like when you get so emotionally attached to the earthly things, you stay in a low vibration. When you understand higher, like, I got to get out of here, I got to ascend. I came here for a mission. And a lot of people are waking up to that. They've been putting it in movies. The man that fell from earth, fell down to earth, and they got all kind of movies where people falling down and coming through portals and etc. Where you think they're getting it from? Educational purposes only. You know what I mean? I can reference Thor and all type of stuff a lot of different times, man. Then you come down here and lost your powers. You like an angel and they done clipped your wings, and you like Superman. That, what is the kryptonite? They making sure they keep the kryptonite on you to suppress, your abilities and learning of who you are. That's why I say know thyself. Because when you know who you are, you can see them snakes. And when you understand them snakes come in all kind of shapes, colors, and sizes. See, they try to fool you to make it seem like it's the only type of one primary snake. It's all kind of snakes. And I'm not trying to talk big and bad or none of this stuff, because at certain times I have my little fears, but for the most part, it's not much I feared. And I be in creepy places. I feel like if anything meant to be, it's meant to be. But I feel like dark forces walk with me, ride with me. I don't know how I feel it, what I know, or how I know it. It just is what it is. It's that venom. Because why people want to treat me or treat you like crap? You ever been in a room, people just stop staring at you, you the prime suspect, you know? You try not to be the center of attention, but somehow you just become the center of attention. You know them ugly looks you be getting because you're special. And a lot of people are special in their own ways. Don't get that twisted, you know? But some of us, whether you believe it or not, I believe that the gods do have their favorites. I also believe the gods have bloodlines, etc. This stuff is deep. Who knows? Like they say when they throw the rocket in the sky, the way it hits seems like it's hitting something. The birds don't fly out the atmosphere. I don't know. I'm not what is that? A meteorologist. I think that's the weather guys. Or woman or something like that. Yeah, it's deep though. So once we understand, once you understand, as a collective understand that we did come here to carry out missions. And what you don't understand that the enemy already noticed, and I say the enemy, that's anybody that's opposing you. Because again, don't get it twisted. Don't get it confused. The enemy could look just like you and me. While you being distracted on one part, somebody come from the blind side. Because as much as they watching you and watching me from aerial view and every sights and moving around, you got celestials. At least that's what I believe, or maybe it's just a figment of my imagination. It's triple ones, man. Like, comment, and subscribe. Shout out to my underdog immortals. It's definitely the God. Triple 13.